Because you've been a part of the RNC for so long, who do you see on the horizon in 2024?
Great question. I think I think Mike Pence is definitely going to lead the pack on that because of being vice president for 8 years. I think Nikki Haley is potentially going to be a candidate. She's very attractive as a candidate. Mm-hmm. I don't mean aesthetically, but she was a successful governor. She was outstanding as ambassador to the UN, and so she's really she'd be great. I think Tom Cotton from Arkansas could be very attractive to a lot of folks, especially if he's so tough on China. I would have to say that by far, I think those are going to be the leading candidates. But what we see sometimes is that candidates, you look at Gretchen Whitmer on the Democratic side, she's been in office 18 months and already talking about her being VP. Obama was in office for like a day and a half, and they were talking about her running. And so I just think there's also an element of this being a little too early, but I think that Pence and, there's talk that Mike Pompeo, the Secretary of State, could run, but I think it's too early to tell. But I would say unequivocally, Mike Pence and Nikki Haley are probably the two front runners.
I like Nikki Haley. It's funny because that was my prediction. I said Nikki Haley for 2024. I'd love to see Crenshaw in the mix somehow. I just think he's one of those guys that is able to reach out to both sides and at least hear an argument. Whereas I feel like a lot of people aren't. And me personally, I'm a fan of Dan Crenshaw, so I hope he's in the mix at some point. But if you put Haley and Crenshaw together, that would be a powerhouse for 2024.
Go to whatever GoDaddy and register that now. You'll just be able to sell it off.
Yeah, exactly.
Haley for America. I'm sure it already exists.
Oh, I'm sure it exists.
Right.
No, Haley Crenshaw. Isn't that what you said?
Yeah, Haley Crenshaw. Yeah, that's what I say. But he's talking about Haley for America as far as president. So I'm sure. Since you've been in the White House long enough, any shot that Ivanka would ever do it?
I would never say never anymore, but I just don't. I don't think that's in the cards.
I just figured with Jared Kushner doing a lot of those, or at least the media says he's doing a lot of those deals behind the scenes.
Yeah, but one thing that that's important to note is that look, politics. The one thing about politics, and we were talking about this a little on the Democratic side, is true on the Republican side, is that primaries in particular are base based, meaning that and Ivanka has been supporting a lot of causes that might not go over too well. She's been an unbelievable supporter of her father. She's done a lot of great work on women. But I think if you're talking about a Republican primary where pro-life issues, pro-gun issues are going to come up, you've got folks that have been very out in front on those issues. And there's a key constituency of evangelicals in some places like Iowa. Evangelicals are a huge part of that makeup in the primary vote, even in South Carolina. And so, again, just as I think there's a difference between what you're asking, who would be a good candidate, right? And who will emerge. Because there's two different things. I think that Dan is a great guy. He's just, his heart's in the right place. As you said, he's got great experience. And he's got all the right credentials in terms of willing to listen, focused on the big picture. But you go, okay, is he ready to run? I don't know, but I wouldn't. It's nothing personal against Dan or Ivanka or anyone else.
Sure.
But if you're just thinking analytically, there's a difference between someone that you like and someone that you actually think could do it.
Yeah, and that's the fun part about all of our jobs is we get to speculate and guess, and we have no idea at the end of the day. And if you would have said Trump was president in 2016, none of us saw that coming.
That's why I said I'd never say never.
Yeah. Exactly.
What about Michelle Obama for Biden's VP? Would you say never to that?
Yes.
Okay. Yes, same here.
So he just said never.
And again, look, if she did it, I think he'd take her in a heartbeat.
Yeah. I think he might have a good chance at winning with her too. I don't think he has a chance without somebody like that.
You got to say to yourself, like, why was Michelle Obama? She's been first lady for 8 years, and you really want to put your family. I don't think, and she's never really had an interest in policy. So look, it would be a pretty spectacular ticket. She'd be pretty formidable, but I also just don't think she has any interest.
To me, that would be like a really good UFC fight. You know what I mean? Like, not that they're actually going to scrub, but that would be an amazing campaign to watch.
Oh yeah,
from a talent perspective, because she's very good at drawing and holding audiences as well. And I don't think that Biden Harris can win. I don't think there's any. She's one of the most. She's like not on Hillary Clinton's level, but she is a very unliked person. Yeah. The people who like her, but the people who dislike her way more than the people who like her, in my opinion. Like it's people dislike her.
I agree. And Michelle Obama had the #1 selling memoir in the world. So I think you would give Biden a better shot. I just don't think it's going to happen at all.